Next, we'll be discussing the acrostic as a method to remember a text or even a poem. Earlier in the course, I showed you an acrostic to help you remember the planets. Can you still remember it? Before we go on, try to recall the sentence. The sentence was, "My very educated mother just served us nougat." Did you remember it? If so, then that's great. It just goes to show how effective acrostics can be. And if you didn't remember it this time, it's likely you won't forget it again soon, now that we've repeated it again. As you may recall, the sentence helps us remember the names and order of the planets. Each word's first letter is also the first letter of a planet's name. As long as you knew what the planets are named and that Mercury is always before Mars, you can easily recall the information whenever you like. This is not the only form an acrostic can take, however. The letters can also form a word, and each letter can be the first not only of one word, but an entire sentence. Let's have a look at this classic poem by Edgar Allan Poe. Elizabeth, it is in vain you say, love not, thou say it in so sweet a way. In vain, those words from thee o'erlell, Xantippe's talents had enforced so well. Ah, if that language from thy heart arise, breathe it less gently forth and veil thine eyes. Endymion, recollect when Luna tried to cure his love, was cured of all beside, his folly, pride, and passion, for he died. It is actually titled an acrostic, but if you look at the first letter of every line, you'll realise that it spells the name Elizabeth. The medical profession loves using acrostics, since doctors are expected to memorise and recall a massive amount of information about the human body. Here are some great examples. Blood functions: oxygen, carbon dioxide, food, heat, waste, hormones, disease, clotting. This is turned into the acrostic. Old Charlie Foster hates women having dull clothes. Clearly, the single most important aspect of an acrostic is that it should be memorable. So when you create your own acrostics, try to make it a word or sentence that's memorable. In the case of a sentence, the stranger or more interesting it is, the more likely you are to recall it, even years later.